manifesting success through EFT tapping. So welcome everyone. This is the first one with SocietyX. It's great to see everyone here. So say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're from. And I also love to start these by asking how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're feeling amazing, 0, you're feeling, not so great, just because when we do the tapping, we can definitely check in. So I'm feeling a 7 right now, and I'm here in the UK. So welcome everybody. I'll pop that in the chat. Okay, I'm a 7 and in the UK. So welcome. Today is going to be a really fun session. We've got this hour together, and I'll be teaching you about what EFT is, how to do it. We'll do a session together, bit of journaling, and then there's an option as well if you would like to have a one-to-one. You don't have to have your cameras on for it, just if there's something you want to work through. So we're really going to be using EFT as a tool to manifest, which is great. We're in a brand new year, so happy new year to everyone. Hi Justine from Ohio, good to see you. Feeling a 3 or 4 today. Thank you for being honest. Yeah, so however you feel, honestly, if you're feeling a 0, you're in the right place. We're going to get you feeling good. Hello everyone. So we've got Deb, Justine, and Jala, and Marge. Hello everyone. Welcome everyone. So if you want to pop in the chat, yeah, how you feeling from a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're feeling not so good, 10 feeling great, and where you're from, that'd be great. Okay, we've got some more people joining in the waiting room as well. Hello everyone. Hi Miss Grace, and we got Patricia. Hi Mar, Chicago a 6. Welcome, feeling good. That's good, Jala, good to hear that. All right, great, love this. We're all over the world today, so it's probably early for some of you, so feel free to get yourself some coffee or some water. So we will get started, everyone. So yeah, the chat is there as a way that you can use it to type whatever. If you've got any questions along the way, pop them in the chat. And then when we do the session at the end, if you would like a one-to-one, we'll stop the recording to make it, confidential. So we will begin. I've made a little PowerPoint because I thought, why not? Let's make it cute. So we are going to get started. Woohoo! Welcome everybody to manifesting success through EFT. I'm going to create a little poll actually. So the first thing I'd like to ask everybody, oh, I think I can't create it here. But my question for everyone is, have you done EFT before? Just put a yes or no in the chat. I'd like to know if anyone's done it, just so I can gauge whether it's, completely brand new to it. No, Justine, never done it before. Nope. Okay, great. I'm glad this is the first time I'm going to learn about it. Nope. Okay, well, awesome. No, everyone's like, no. Well, I'm glad that you're here, because this is something that you might at the end of the hour think, yeah, you know what, I'm going to use this. Or you might actually think, you know what, it was good, but this is not a modality for me. So let's begin and let's get started. So what you're going to need for this session, you're all on mute. You're all fantastic. Thank you. It's just because when we do a tapping session, there's an echo and it can be a bit distracting. You'll need some water as well. You can get that at any point. Because EFT is known to be like acupressure without the needles, and they always say, after that to hydrate, but also it's just good to drink water. So hopefully you've got that, and a journal or something to write with, because I'll be showing you as well how you can write your own script. So when you leave the session as well, you've got everything you need. We've got someone joining us as well. Hi Jessie, welcome in. So yeah, and any questions along the way, just pop them in the chat. Right, so as long as you've got all those things, we're going to be good to go for the hour. But of course, you've just joined, and this is what we're going to be covering. I don't know what you've got on the emails because it's through SocietyX, but this is kind of about what we're going to be learning today. What is EFT, how to do it, how to manifest using EFT tapping, how to create your own mini script, a live tapping session, and then there's a chance for a one-to-one live session with myself to clear limiting beliefs about what you're manifesting. And like I said, you can get your cameras off for that if you want to volunteer or keep them on. That's happening at the end. So something might click for you, like I really want to work on this, and we can work through that together. So it's going to be a really exciting hour. Okay. And who am I? You've all joined. You're like, who is this lady? What's going on? So I'm Heather. I'm here in the UK, in a city called Manchester. But I'm also an actor and presenter in England as well. And I actually discovered EFT. I became a practitioner a couple of years ago, but I discovered it through the pandemic because I don't know what happened to everyone during that time, but at least in my industry, everything went to a complete stop. I didn't know who I was, went through one of those spiritual awakenings. Have you been through that? Let me know. And I didn't know what to do with my time, but I knew that I wanted to discover more about myself and kind of unlearn all of these conditioning I put on myself, because I was just work. I didn't know who I was. So I started doing yoga, meditation, which you've probably heard of and done, because these are all very mainstream. You might have dived into manifesting or learned about the law of attraction. But I learned about EFT through a friend. She was going through an eating disorder at the time, and EFT is a great thing to cure phobias, eating disorders, PTSD. It's really, really great for curing that. And so she found it was miraculous for her that she wanted to share it with me. And there was a guy called Brad Yates, and I'll pop it in the chat because maybe after this, you might want to check him out on YouTube. He's like the OG EFT guy who makes videos, is a video for everything. And she sent me that video, and I really didn't know what I was doing, because I'll show you. It's like you start tapping, but you start off by saying like negative things. And I thought, no. When you want to manifest, you got to feel good. You can't focus on the bad. But what I learned through EFT is it's a way to allow and express rather than suppress and deny, which can be really a problematic thing in the manifesting law of attraction world. Like feel good, positive thoughts only. And that's, we're human. We're going to have bad days. And EFT has been the thing that really clicked for me. And using EFT, I've manifested money, random money coming in. I've won competitions with it. And I even shared it with a friend, and she is in a band, and she said she tried it. And then the next day she got a headline act. It was the biggest gig. So I'm not saying it's magic, but I'm saying it's pretty powerful stuff, because it really gets into your subconscious mind. But I'll explain a bit more about that. So that's a bit about me. And at the moment, I pretty much just about 6 months ago started my EFT tapping business after tapping on confidence and actually putting myself out there, and it's going well so far. So let's keep going with this adventure. So what is EFT? What is it? It stands for, if you want to make notes, by the way, go ahead and do that. It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And it's pretty much what it says on the tin, like tomato soup. You are freeing yourselves from your emotions using a technique. And it was invented in the 1990s by a guy called Gary Craig. He's American. And he was working with thought field therapy, and he decided that it wasn't really working as well, because he's working with veterans with PTSD. So he started a different method using EFT with the tapping on meridian points, and realized it was powerful. People were cured from PTSD, from fears of water and all sorts of phobias. And it's been about 20-30 years since it first begun. It's still a little bit fringe, but I feel like it's getting more mainstream, and it's so good that you've discovered it now, because I think in the next 10 years it's going to be as popular as meditation. And a lot of people ask, what's the difference? Like what do you even do? So EFT, to put it, in a short bracket, is like acupressure without the needles. We're tapping on meridian points using our hands. So I'll show you the points in a little bit, but you're literally tapping on these meridian points. Now, meridians aren't anything new. This has been known in Chinese ancient culture for 2,000 years. It's fields of energy that we tap on these points. And what we do is when we're tapping, we're unblocking, we're moving the energy around, the chi around. And it's a way that we can just allow and remove these emotions. But also EFT is great for clearing subconscious blocks as well, because the subconscious mind, if you know anything about it, it rules 95% of our thoughts, our habits, our behaviors. So we don't even know half the time what we're doing, because it's in our subconscious field. So EFT is a great way to really tap into that and remove things that you don't even know are there. Those hidden closed doors. That is what EFT does. And that's why I think it's so powerful, because you think you're doing nothing, you're just tapping and talking out loud. But you'll be amazed at what changes for you, because I've got a really fun fact for you. So your brain, right? All the cells in your body, including your brain, they renew every 7 years. So you don't have the same brain that you did have 7 years ago. But there's something called the quantum field, which you might have heard about. And every experience you've had, every memory has shaped you, and it's in a field in the universe that we cannot see. And so with EFT, we're able, I believe, to get into this quantum field and change our story so that we can break through limiting beliefs, clear our anxiety. And that is what it's done for me. Like who I was before EFT is completely different from who I am now. I wouldn't be sat here talking to you and be like, I would have been like, no, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. So the tapping points. Hopefully that was okay. Does anyone have any questions about EFT? Because I know I'm kind of rattling through this, so please do drop any questions right now. You might want to take a moment, have a sip of water. If any of that was confusing or you've got any other questions about it. I will say EFT has not been as effective with people with very severe dementia and people with bipolar or schizophrenia. It's not as effective, but in terms of going back and like healing your past, it's a really great thing that helps you or with your confidence, anxieties and fears and limiting beliefs. And we will be journaling on this. So this is not just me talking at you all day. We are going to be doing some practical work together. So you've got something that you will be hopefully healed by the end of the session. Who knows? So welcome everyone who's joining. We're just kind of getting through. I know we've got people joining at different points. So welcome. And if you've got any questions along the way, pop it in the chat. This is recorded and hopefully I'll have all your emails so I can send you the link. So if in case you missed anything, you can watch it back. So the tapping points. These are the tapping points. There are 9 tapping points that I use in EFT. Now, the first one, if you'd like to copy along, it's called the karate chop point, and it's the side of the hand here. So you might want to start tapping on this point, and you don't have to smack it. It's just a gentle tap. And already you might be feeling like, oh, it's pretty relaxing because EFT is a healing modality, a self-soothing tool that you can do whenever you're feeling anxious. And as you tap, you might get tingling, you might start to yawn, you might start to feel some emotions. Sometimes I've had like stomach pain or like a bit of shoulder pain, and then after I've tapped, like right now, I'm like little burp comes up, you know, that's kind of EFT. It just releases something inside of you. So that is the first tapping point. And when we are starting our tapping, we begin at this point. So hopefully that is clear. That's the first tapping point. But now we're going to go through all the 8 tapping points. So we have the start of the eyebrow. So all you need to do is tap with 2 hands. Hopefully, I might just stop sharing because obviously maybe I'm a very tiny person, so it's probably better there. So there we go. This is the first tapping point. Just there, kind of like where your third eye is, but then just to the start of the eyebrow. And then the second point is your temples or the side of the eye. So you can start tapping there. And maybe you'll find that there is a certain point that feels really good to you. So just make those observations. The next tapping point is underneath the eye. And then underneath the nose. So you just need 1 hand for that. Then you've got the chin. And then the collarbone. And this one is 2 hands. And then underneath the armpit. So just pick whichever one feels good to you and start tapping underneath there. So it's not right up to the armpit, it's just a little bit further down. And then the final tapping point is the top of the head. So those are the 8 tapping points that we do when we do in a sequence. So we start with the karate chop point, then it's kind of like head, shoulders, knees and toes. You got da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So it's like a little dance in some way, but each point really moves all the energy around. And some people ask, can we start on the top of the head or can we do that and do it backwards? And from everything that I've been learning, I think the answer is no to that. There is a method to the madness, as in it's moving everything around in the right way. So that's kind of all the different tapping points. So hopefully that's made sense for everyone. And if you've joined a little bit later, hello and welcome. And as always, I always say, put anything in the chat, any questions about the session as we go on. But let's get back to the little PowerPoint. So we've done the tapping points. So hopefully you've wrote them down or you've got them in your mind because we will be doing a session. Right, so we're moving on to what this whole hour is about, which is manifesting with EFT. And I'd love to know what your definition of manifesting is, or what you think it is. If you haven't got a clue, just put no clue, no idea. But if you feel like, actually, you know, I know a little bit about it, what is your kind of opinion on it? Because we all have different ways that we think manifesting is, and I'll share mine, but I'd love to know if anyone has been doing any manifesting or any learning about manifestation. It has become a lot more popular in the last few years. If you've read Rhonda Byrne's book, The Secret, which was all about gratitude, law of attraction, that kind of comes into terms of manifesting. Yeah, Jolly, yeah, taking part in creation, absolutely. Because when you're manifesting, you are creating, you're putting something from, I believe, the divine, an idea that comes to you, a feeling, a belief, and through your actions, your thoughts, your behavior and your emotions, you create it into your reality. So right now, as we're sat here in time and space, we are manifesting. So if you are thinking thoughts about, you know, oh, this is really boring, I'm tired, I'm hungry, like you're manifesting those emotions and feelings through you, through your thoughts. So I always think it's about turning your thoughts into reality, and manifesting, I don't believe it's an end goal. It's a process that we take part in all of our lives. We're manifesting every day with the choices that we make. And the reason why I think EFT is a great tool to use, because you might have used meditation. Has anyone meditated before? Put a yes in the chat. I'd love to know who does meditation. If anyone does, I'll put a no if you don't. Yeah. So that's why meditation is very, very popular. And I think a lot of people know what it is. It's a term that you say and no one goes, what's that? But I think it 50 years ago, everyone would have said, I'm not sure what you're going on about. Yeah, mindfulness, yeah. And of course, like yoga as well. Yoga is moving the body too. Oh, nice. Here, Tove, I love that. You picked up your phone at 1111. And seeing this message to join. There we go, 11 people. See, there we go. Those are like, that is manifesting. You saw it and it happens. Like you see the signs. Signs are a great way to know that you're on the right track with manifesting. So I love that. And so has anyone done yoga before? Because I know these are more mainstream healing modalities that can help you manifest and help you with your mind, body, spirit. Because I do yoga, that I did yoga meditation before EFT, or anything else that you do, that journaling, there's a lot of stuff. Some yoga, yeah. So EFT is, I think, like I mentioned before, if you were here at the start, it's a really great way to manifest, because we are not denying or suppressing anything, because I think that's the most important thing. Sometimes when we want to manifest, we're trying to force ourselves to feel good, to think good things, and often we come up against resistance. We really want to change. We really want to move past this fear or this anxiety. But no matter how much we sit there and go, oh, I'm fine, I'm okay. And then we get out the meditation, sometimes something doesn't shift in us and we still face the fear. Whereas EFT kind of gets to the core of that. You tap it out and then it's kind of like releases all of that fear. Like I said, we are expressing, allowing, we are not suppressing or denying, which is great for manifesting, because whatever you want, you might have a limiting belief around it. You might want more money, for example, but you might think, oh, it's really hard to make money, or it's really stressful, or you might really want success, whatever that definition is to you. But there's a fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success. And EFT is great because when you are growing and changing and you are moving towards your destination, you come up against those little boulders, those little blocks, and EFT allows you to express your fears and let them go. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. Oh, so here to hope you have done EFT before. That's good. Yeah, because a lot of people here have never done it. So I'm really glad that you're here to give it a go. So that is just a little bit about manifesting and how I've used it. So for example, if there is, for example, making this with SocietyX, if I got a fear about being on camera, if it's going to go right or wrong, even before this session, I was tapping on, even though I'm a bit nervous, even though I don't know how it's going to go, I choose to love and accept myself, and we'll do all that with you. So it's a great thing that calmed me down and able to put me in this present moment and move through fears. So it's a really beautiful thing. Right, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, and this is the moment where we are going to be doing a tapping after this. You can start journaling on this or typing in the chat. We'll have, let's look at the time. We'll have about 3 to 4 minutes on this. What are some fears, worries, beliefs, or anxieties you have around manifesting, in specifics, your desires, your dreams, or any fears you have around this topic? I'm not good enough, I'm not ready. I'll give you some space to just think about that. You might want to start journaling now. And yeah, we'll have 2 minutes and then just pop in the chat anything that comes to mind. Oh, I see some things in the chat here. Yeah, sure, Marge, I can define manifesting again. So manifesting, as who was it who wrote that? Jala said, yeah, it's the process of creating whatever your desire is, and you are manifesting it in every moment. So it's kind of like this woo-woo term that has kind of got a bit mixed up, but I just think manifesting is creating. So you have your thoughts, your beliefs, your vision of reality through your lens. So you manifest in that every day. What your beliefs control how you think and feel. So when you have a desire that, you know, you want to open up your own business, I'm just kind of having a guess, and this idea comes, you feel excited about it, you want to manifest it, make it real, create it. But then what happens is it gets trapped in you and you get fear and worries. You feel like, I'm not good enough, it's going to take a long time. I don't know if this is for me. And then, you know, this desire is within you, but it just feels like it's coming up against resistance. So it's hard to manifest it. Whereas, have you ever noticed some easy things like, I don't know, this is an example, like you really like someone, you want them to text you and then they don't. So you're really trying to get them to message you back or call you and they don't. And the minute you give up and turn away, then they do it. That is manifesting. It's when you let go of resistance, then it happens. And it's so counterintuitive because we want to keep pushing, but it's hard. It's hard. Yes, so manifesting against my resistance, exactly. There's a lot of resistance that comes up. Oh my goodness, all the time. Am I doing it right? Yeah. It won't come true. Yes, scared of the change and not, I'm in control of it when manifesting. Yeah, need to let go. Exactly. I love that. Need to make room for the new. If you want to bring something new into your life, yeah, you do have to let go of the old. And that could be a limiting belief. It could be something, a habit, a behavior. And it's not an easy step-by-step process. This is, I think, a lifelong process, but there's some worries and beliefs that come up. So if anyone's got any more they'd like to share, maybe pop them in the chat, and then we'll do a little tap in on some of these fears. Okay, let's have a look at the chat, because we'll be using everything in the chat as well. Oh, it turns suddenly very white. Okay. Yeah, want to go big. Yeah, you want to do, I guess it's like doing the things you've never done. Like if you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. That's a quote sometimes I have to tell myself, because it's so easy to be where you are and it's so comfortable and it's so lovely. But then, you know, if you don't go through that resistance, nothing will change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And I wish it wasn't like that, but this is life. We have to break through resistance, and we've all done it before. So we're going to get started on our first tapping sequence together. Okay, so thank you everyone for sharing everything in the chat, and we'll be using this. So I wonder how it's going to work out for you if you've never done this before. So we're going to start tapping on the karate chop point. And all I want you to do is just take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth and close your eyes for a moment and just bring yourself into this present moment, feeling your feet on the ground or your booty on the chair or wherever you are in time and space, and allow yourself to be here, truly taking in this knowledge and giving something a go and just seeing how it works out for you. And if you had your eyes closed, you can open them. And we're going to start. So all you need to do is repeat after me out loud and take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you do see me stop tapping just for a moment, I'm just scrolling up the chat so I can see what everyone has said. But I think actually everything's okay. So that's good. Right, let's begin and see how this works for you. Even though I have this resistance to manifesting, you repeat out loud. I choose to deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I have all this resistance around manifesting, am I doing it right? I'm scared it won't come true. I'm scared of the change and that I'm not in control of it. And even though I struggle sometimes to let go, to allow the process to happen, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and forgive myself. And I'm choosing in this moment to release my resistance towards manifesting what I want. I'm choosing to believe I can do it right. In fact, I am doing it right. I'm choosing to believe it can come true for me. And I'm letting go of my resistance right now. Letting it go all the way back through my past. All the way back through all the times I told myself I couldn't manifest. I couldn't have what I want. And I'm clearing that now. So even though I may have had all this resistance towards manifesting, I'm choosing to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And just take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale. And take this moment to notice how you're feeling, whether a lot changed, maybe nothing changed, whether you got any tingling, any yawning. Even if you felt like you did nothing, you did something. That's how simple and powerful it can be. Things can be simple with EFT. So how was that for everyone? That was just our setup statement. I think someone else is coming into the waiting room. So let me know what came up for you, because I know it's a lot of your first times doing that tapping. So did anything happen within you, in your mind? And we'll move into the full EFT tapping after this. I just like to check in and see what's going on. Any thoughts? Tingly, yeah, feel lighter. Yeah, it was tingly. Even I felt that. Relaxed. Thanks, Mystique. I concentrated on myself. Yeah, sometimes you forget because you're so focused on everything else. That tapping brings you into that moment and made you feel at peace. Okay, so we're clearing some resistance, even if you thought, I don't even know if this is working or not. That's fine. It's okay to think that and just try something new. So we'll do a quick round of tapping, and I'd love to know if there's any words, mantras, affirmations that you use that help you with manifesting. Oh, wow. Actually, thank you, Anna, for doing that. You got attacked by a dog. Oh, bless you. I hope you're okay. An aggressive neighborhood dog passed the window. You felt a surge of anxiety, then instant calm. Powerful. Yeah, that is the magic of it. And that's interesting how that came up for you, because maybe that was the sign of something that maybe is holding you back, some resistance. So I'm glad that really helped you feel calm. Yeah, so my next question was just like any mantras or affirmations or anything that really have helped you in life, because I want to tap in what feels real and true to you. I can be here all day. I believe in myself, I love myself, and we will tap on those, don't you worry. But sometimes my words aren't your words. So this is an opportunity for you to pop in your own words. I am worthy, yeah. Anything that, you know, maybe it's a quote you have on the wall that's really helped you. We can tap in that if you never tapped it in. Like, give it a chance to come into your subconscious. If it's on your vision board, if you have a vision board. And a mantra or an affirmation, is anything like I am, or life is wonderful, or I am safe, I am calm. What else could be true? Yeah, exactly. Like we make up what is true and what's not. I'm capable, I am. Yeah, just I am. So we'll have another minute or so if you want to pop something in there, but I'll just go over the tapping points again. Honestly, there's like 5 fruit flies. There's no fruit in here, so they're always here. I don't know what they want, but hey, they're hanging out with us. So these are the tapping points. We've got the start of the eyebrow, and then the side of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, under the armpit, and then the top of the head. So we're just going to probably do like 3 rounds of tapping, just something quick for you to try, and then we'll move into the journaling. But we're going to be tapping on clearing resistance towards manifesting what we want. So let's give it a go and let's begin tapping. And again, all you need to do is repeat out loud after me. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. I am choosing to clear my resistance. I am choosing to clear my anxiety. I'm choosing to feel peace in this moment. I'm choosing to feel safe in this moment. And I'm choosing to believe something new. I'm open to trying something different. And I am letting go of anything that no longer serves me. I'm clearing out all the resistance. And as I let go of my resistance, I remind myself how powerful I truly am. I am the co-creator of my reality. I am in control of my thoughts and beliefs. So it's about time I tell myself some better beliefs. I am worthy. I am capable. I have. What else could be true? Anything I choose. I am powerful. I am strong. And I can have what I want. It's safe for me to have what I want. So even though I may have had this resistance towards manifesting, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And just take a deep breath in through your nose again and exhale out your mouth. And again, just sit with this because I know it's some people's first time doing this. So I'd like to just let you have that moment. Maybe you yawned, got a bit anxious and calmed down. Maybe feel really sleepy. And I'd love to know in the chat how that felt for you. Even if you felt nothing, like put that. I'm absolutely open to that because sometimes people think, oh, I've got to say something. But I'm here for the truth. I'm here for honesty. Clear-headed. Okay, Anna, that's great. Seems to be working very well for you, which I'm very happy about. And it works for everyone. Even if, like I said, you don't feel nothing, you're still doing something. And that's how powerful it is. You might not feel the effects today, but you might feel them tomorrow. Felt energy moving. Yeah, that's exactly. We're freeing those emotions, ignited more hope. Beautiful. I love that. I accessed my sense of inner safety. Yeah, just by touching yourself, you it's kind of like a big hug. I think you're grounding yourself It just feels so, I know, relaxing for me. It's like having a little massage for yourself. So thank you for sharing, everybody. So we are going to be moving on to creating your own script. So I've already asked you a few questions, but I know that there's a lot more that we can dive into. And for the purpose of this session, there's probably something on your vision board, in your mind, in your 2023 goals that you're wanting to manifest this year or in the future. And I want you to think about just that one thing, that one big thing that you really want. For some reason, it's just not happening, or you're finding it's scary. You don't even want to tell anyone about it. It's feeling very big. And I feel like 2023 is the year of we go big, we go home. So when you're thinking about this thing, I'm going to show you how to create a script. So this is for you to do after this session at home as well, where you can do those tapping points and tap in your own script. So I'm just going to share the screen now, and we will get started with that. And any questions along the way, you know I'm here. So it's journal time and script writing. So hopefully you've got something to write with. You could have a document on your computer, but I always find writing with a pen and paper always, taps into something more powerful because it's your handwriting. So you choose what you want. I'll give you just a few seconds to get that sorted. And we will be moving into the script writing. So what we did then just before is we did a setup statement, and this is what will create your setup statement. And then I'll show you as well how to kind of do an EFT tapping for yourself whenever you're feeling resistance. So these are just the 3 journal prompts that will kind of create your setup statement, the information. So it's, what am I manifesting? And as I mentioned before, EFT is great when you get specific on one thing. You can clear up as many things as you want, but I think in that moment, it's great to focus on one thing. The next question is, what resistance comes up for me? So this could be a limiting belief, or if you're not sure what a limiting belief is, it's just a belief such as I'm not good enough. It's a sort of like a negative belief. And I don't really like the word negative, but it's something that keeps preventing you from moving forward. It could be a core wound, I'm just not worthy, I'm not good enough, something you feel inside. And the last one is, where do I feel that resistance in my body? And you might want to take a minute to think, is it in my chest, my throat, my heart? And we will have about 4 minutes on this to write, or maybe 3 minutes. Just let me know. I'll time it now and you can start writing, and I'll be quiet, zip it because you need to concentrate. And any questions, pop them in the chat. So let's go for it. See if I can play some music. And if you've got any questions about those questions, please do let me know. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Yeah, so a core wound would be something that you've carried with you for a long time, something probably relating to a memory in school, in childhood. And the core wounds are usually the worthiness that I'm not good enough, something that just stops you from everything else. So I would say it's usually to do with your worthiness being good enough. But if you feel like you're good enough, amazing. Your core is good. It's your self-esteem. Okay, that music's okay, not too loud. Do we feel like we need more time or we've got something? Just let me know. Okay, ready? We'll go off what Deb said. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay, good, amazing. So whatever you have written now is going to be your setup statement. Do you remember we were doing the karate chop point and we said, even though I feel this resistance towards manifesting, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. That is your setup statement. So if you look at what you've written, it could be you're manifesting, I don't know, more confidence, for example, but you are feeling really insecure and really unworthy. That's what you've written down. Just taking an example. So you would create a statement that's, even though I feel like I'm not good enough and unworthy, I choose to deeply and completely love and honor, accept myself. So it's however you feel, and it could be even though I feel, even though I am. It's something, your resistance, a limiting belief, a story that feels so true for you and really doesn't feel good, but we're not suppressing. So we'll have a minute. It shouldn't take that long. Just pick whichever thing really resonates with you, with what you've written. Even though I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And if you've got any questions about that, don't be afraid to ask. It's even like, even though I have a fear, I have an anxiety over like anything, you've got this. Right, so hopefully you have something. Does anyone need more time? Just put yes in the chat if you do, or no if you're good. Yes, no, no. So you're right, we've got it. Okay, so yeah, wonderful. Yes, so hopefully you've got that one statement. Now you've written that down. Okay, thank you everyone. Now you've written that down, you can, in your own time after this tap in, and maybe you want to try it now while I'm talking, it's up to you. You would tap on, even though, and read out your statement, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And you would repeat that maybe 3 times, and then see how you feel. So what we do is in EFT, there's something called a SUD scale. And what you do is you bring to the surface that fear, that anxiety, that belief, and you, again, like we did at the beginning, we rate how we're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. See, I brought it back. 10 is I'm feeling this really intensely. 0 being actually I'm feeling all right. I'm not feeling anything. So you would rate that. And then what you would do after that is, after you've done the 3 rounds of tapping, you rate it again. So you have a before and after. And the rule is, if the rating has gone up, so you started at a 7, now you're 8, you would repeat your setup statement again. But if it has gone down, then you're welcome to move on to the next part. So you can write that down, so you know with those ratings. Right, and let's move on. So this is the second part. Do you know how we did the full tapping sequence and we were saying out loud some positive affirmations? I'm choosing to, I'm releasing, letting go, kind of, you know, opening ourselves up to releasing this fear. So these are some journal prompts that can really help you when it comes to releasing a fear or limiting belief. And these are some questions. What evidence do I have that the opposite is true? your story or someone else's. So it could be the confidence thing, but actually you remember when you were 10 years old, you stood up on stage and you won a talent contest. That's evidence that you were confident. So saying you're not confident, you were at some point. So what you're saying isn't true. Or it could be someone else. You say, I can't do this because of this. If you find someone else who's done it, that's evidence that you can as well. What positive affirmations or mantras make me feel good? I ask you to share some, so thank you. If you don't know anything about positive affirmations and mantras, it's going over your head. It's honestly just a sentence that makes you feel good about yourself, like I'm doing great, everything's working out, something that makes you feel calm, grounded, settled. And then another journal prompt that helps is, what is the opposite of this belief? For the example, making money is hard. You can change that to making money gets to be easy for me. So we'll have about 3 minutes on this. And then we will have, a live session if anyone's up for it. If not, no worries. Like I said, you can always keep your cameras off, where we can work on what you've just done and do it a little tapping session. So yeah, nothing to fear. It's a bit of healing. Right, we'll have 4 minutes on this and let me know if you need more time. We'll just have a couple more minutes on this. Okay, is that okay for everyone? Do we need another minute, or are we ready to move on? Just let me know in the chat. Yeah, thank you, Jala. We'll go with what you said. So hopefully, you know, you've got everything. You can write down those journal prompts and they'll help you with your EFT. So what you would do then, after you've done your setup statement and you've rated the numbers, gone down, you would look at everything you've written and you kind of turn that into your own script. So it could be, for example, even though I have this belief, I do have a story that proves the opposite is true. This person did this, or I remember I was like this. Then you would go through your affirmations. I choose to feel good. It's okay to feel good. And then you can then say the opposite of the belief. I am confident. And if that doesn't feel true, you can be like, I am becoming more confident. And whatever you've written, you can mix it up. It's like a poem in a way. I think it's like writing a script or a song. You can create it however you wish, but it tells a story of you moving and transmuting this fear. And it's very unique to whatever you have written. So that is a way that you can do that tapping. And then once you've done your tapping points, the 8 tapping points with whatever you've said, take that moment and see how you feel. And then bring back the original statement, I am insecure, I'm not good enough, and see if it feels true for you. You might even have a memory pop up for you and you go, that memory's gone now. The energetic charge attached to that memory has disappeared. So EFT, we're severing ties with the past, and it can be really like, wow, it works that quick. How? And that's the best thing about it. We're moving on. So that is one way that you can do it, and that's how I do it. I just talk. As you can see, I talk for this whole hour, never shut up. So it's quite easy for me to make a script. But if you prefer to take time with it, you can write and make a little poem out of it. Right, so we do have like 10 minutes left together. And I did say we have an option to doing a live EFT. If anyone is up for that, you can raise your hand or put a yes in the chat, and then unmute yourself. If there's something, that you've written down, you're like, hey, actually, I want to give it a go. I want to try it out, see if it works. So I'll just ask the questions pretty much that we have, and you share that. We do the setup statement. Everyone can do it with us as well, because whatever you feel probably is universal. And then we'll do a little tapping. But if that is a yes for anyone, let me know. But if it's not, if we're not feeling like, oh, that's a bit scary, then what we can do is something else, which will be, I will guide you through it as you read everything out. And take you through some points and some affirmations as well. Or I'll be like, now say your mantra, now say your original story, or would that be better? There's choice 1, choice 2. Put a 1 for 1-to-1, 2 for I'll take you through the thing 2. All right, good. The vote has been decided, which is fine, because I know it's not always comfortable, like going on live with a bunch of strangers we've just met. So 2 is good for me. All right, so we will do 2. And if you ever do want a live 1-to-1, you'll have my email and I'll send you any details. But yeah, we can do this one. So hopefully you've got your scripts on you, the things that you have written down, and please have them handy. So what we'll do is, to close off, we will do it, whatever you've written down, because there's no point saying let's do it another time, then you never do it, you just throw the paper away, you're like, I forgot about that. So we will actually do it, and then you will have done your own EFT. So take a sip of water if you do have it. If not, maybe get one, please, after this session. Yes, Jala, hydrate. We need to hydrate. And if you, I just love it. Love seeing faces as well. So thank you, Jala, for being on camera. Makes me, it's good to see you. Right, so we are going to get tapping on the side of the hand, the karate chop point. Whatever your statement is, I want you to look at it, be like, you've got it in your head. I will guide you with even though, and then I'll finish off the statement, but you can finish the statement, and I'll leave you space to talk. So it should be simple. I'm just guiding you through it, but you've pretty much got this. You've all rocked it. So take a deep breath in together and exhale. And let's begin. Even though, now you say it out loud. I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though, say your statement out loud, go for it. I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and forgive myself. I'll just do it one last time. Even though I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And I'm open to letting this go. I'm open to releasing this and surrendering this over to the universe. So even though I may have felt, or whatever your statement is, say out loud. I'm feeling a little bit better. And I'm choosing to deeply and completely love, honor, and forgive myself. Just take a deep breath in and exhale. Notice how that feels. Maybe some memories came up, some emotions came to the surface. It felt a bit weird. You're like, oh, didn't realize that was still stuck in me. It's like a little thorn. And I know we didn't judge the numbers before, but perhaps it's gone down. We will be moving on. But if you did feel like it's gone up, you're feeling a bit more emotional, like to the point you're like, oh my goodness, please do go back to that setup statement. But for sake of time, we will move on to the second part. Feel awake. Yes. You can either feel awake or really sleepy, honestly. So we are going to move on to the second part. And what I'll do is I'll go through 3 rounds of tapping like we did. But I will give you a cue for you to then say your affirmations or anything that you need to say. So I'll do one round with you. The second round, I'll lead you through the tapping points, but you can say out loud whatever it is you've written down. And then the last one, I'll do it with you. So does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so 3 rounds. The second round, you just say whatever you want to say to release and let go of what you've written down. So let's begin tapping at the eyebrow point. And for this part, you're just going to repeat after me, and I'll let you know when I'm going to go quiet. Even though I've had this fear, anxiety, or limiting belief, I'm releasing it now. It is safe for me to release it. It is safe for me to let it go. And it is safe for me to move on. Because I know I'm moving on to bigger and better things. So I'm letting it go now. And I'm putting into my mind new inspiring beliefs. Okay, so you say out loud whatever you want, and let's begin. Next tapping point. Next tapping point. Next tapping point. The next tapping point. Under the armpit. Top of the head. These are my new beliefs. This is what I choose to focus on today. I'm tapping back into my power. Remembering that I'm in control of my thoughts, and I can change my beliefs because I'm a powerful human being. And I'm so grateful to have let this go. And so it is. Take another deep breath in through your nose and exhale. Let it go. Whatever you said, just know that it changed something in your mind. Those were your words in that second part. And I hope that felt really empowering, knowing that you have the power within you to tap into your own magic, your own power, your own potential, and change something in the quantum field. That's what we've all done collectively. We've done something amazing for humanity in this little hour together. So thank you, everyone. How's everyone feeling before we head on off? I know it's 5. I don't know what time it is everywhere else, but you feel free to head on off if you need to go. Yes, thank you, Deb. Yeah, how is everyone feeling? Did you feel any release? Did anything like get triggered? I'd love to know just your thoughts and opinions on this session and anything that happened. Justine, oh, amazing. I'm glad you feel a lot better. That's great. Feeling great, feel energized. Oh, thank you. Here to hope, Christine. Thank you very much. Grounded, grounded and comfortable. Yeah, grounded is a great word. Stronger as a person. Oh, thank you for coming, Anna. Thank you, Chinello. Thank you, Marge. I know, Chinello, you joined a bit late, so hopefully I've got your email so I can send you the full recording, but we will be doing this session in a month's time. It will be the same format. So you will be relearning everything again, but we will have the tapping. So if you do want to come back next month, it'll be the same thing. But at 30 minutes, if you want to join at 30 minutes, be working on another belief. And, so I'll always let you in. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad. And that was really good for everyone. And whose first time was it today doing EFT? Just put a yes or in the chat. Was that anyone's? Because I know it was at the beginning, so I'd love to know. Yes. We had so many first timers here. So what an absolute privilege to have been able to tap with you today and teach you something new. So thank you for showing up for yourself, for your healing, for your own personal growth. And if you do like this, I do have a YouTube channel, which is called Heather Tap Into Your Magic, EFT. If you ever want to just follow that, I've got like over 50 videos on there. And if you ever like, trust in the process or letting go of anxiety, I do some moon magic because I like the moon. Not first time, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yeah, so hopefully I've got everyone's emails. I don't know if I have. Did you all sign up through SocietyX? I know some of you might have come from my email list. Just because I always keep you up to date with the next events and send you the links, because I do have an event on Sunday as well. Oh, do you know what? I'll send that link now. So let me just put it in. I'll stop recording and I'll get this link sent